Tomorrow on CTV Morning Live, having trouble hearing? Then listen up.
Hearing aids have come a long way. We'll talk with an expert about the newest technology and tips to keep you hearing clearly.
News, weather, and more. It's everything you need. CTV Morning Live, Thursday.
You'll know later when you're drinking and thinking.
Hey, there's Halifax on our live. Good morning. It is the last day of July, the 31st. Thanks for tuning in to CTV Morning Live. In about 15 minutes on CTV Morning Live, our Living Well segment explores new technology to help the hearing impaired. Right now, it's time for our Living Well segment here on CTV Morning Live. And you know, for people who wear hearing aids, their options have reached new technological heights. Gone are the days of those bulky, visible devices in favor of smaller, more discreet models with many advanced features. They're going high tech. And Frank Skubski is the General Manager of Beltone Canada. He joins us this morning to talk about some of the latest developments. Good morning.
Good morning.
And this only makes sense that as technology develops, so do things like hearing aids and whatnot. And boy, have they ever changed?
Absolutely. I think we all remember the hearing aids our grandparents, or some of us who are older, our parents wore. They were big and bulky, and they squealed all the time. I mean, hearing aids now all utilize digital technology. They're custom programmed for your hearing loss. And back in end of February, Beltone was really proud to announce the launch of the Beltone First product, which is the world's first made-for-iPhone hearing aid.
Whoa, okay, so how does that work?
Well, first off, you need to have an iPhone.
You need an iPhone, okay, but there are options for those who don't, and we will get to those as well, just in case you're one of the people who doesn't. But there's, okay, so I see like a little app almost, and it looks like two little volume controls. That's
right, yeah. Now, this will work with your, an iPhone 5, an iPad, an iPod Touch, iPad Mini. But basically what happens is that the Beltone First product will pair to your device wirelessly using a 2.4 gigahertz signal. Okay. Inside this little product here.
Tiny. Look how small
inside this little
that
product
is.
here, there's a little antenna inside there, so it's an FM antenna. So you can't pick up your favorite radio station, for instance.
You're not going to get your neighbor's radio station.
No, or the Rock Report or something like that. But you're able to pair this device just like you pair a Bluetooth headset or something
in your
like that,
car or something,
directly to your iPhone.
Oh, okay.
So what you can do now is that you can, people don't want you to know that you're wearing a hearing aid, right? They want them to be discreet.
About it, yeah.
Exactly. And the one thing that with old hearing instruments, you always have to put your finger to your ear and change the volume and programs.
Right.
You can really discreetly adjust many parameters and options available in the hearing aid. The volume, the treble, the bass. You can even, if you go to a place regularly, like say you like to golf every Monday morning with the boys or the girls, you can actually save that place, okay, with the settings that you had before. And when you go back to that place, there's a geotagging function within the hearing instrument that'll ask you, hey, you're back. So would you like to program it the way it was? And you can say, absolutely.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Now, can you get other things through? I mean, obviously you pick up the sounds around you or whatnot, but what if you wanted, like, say, music or something that's on your phone? Can you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll stream music, it'll FaceTime, it'll give you your prompts for your GPS as well. There's a geotagging function in the product, so if you ever lose the hearing aid, there's a little option in here. It's called Find My Hearing Aid. Yeah. So you just press on it, and it'll pull up a GPS map, just like on your iPhone, and it'll tell you
exactly where it is. Oh my gosh.
Commonly, though, because it's so small, and the Beltone First is the smallest product we've ever made, people lose the hearing aids, right? They misplace them, get stuck in between the couch, they fall asleep on the couch at night. So there's like a finder on the product, and so it's like a little Geiger counter, so you're playing hot and cold.
Really?
So when we do training sessions, we hide the hearing aid in the room somewhere, and we have a game and let people try to track it down, and then they find the hearing aid. So when you're going to invest in a product like this to address your hearing loss, to have that kind of protection, to be able to find the product.
It's pretty important, exactly. Now I'm looking here at some of these other gadgets here now that you can get. So if you don't have the iPhone app, is there another way to control your hearing aid if you don't have that?
We have remote controls. We have Bluetooth devices that'll work with most telephones.
Oh my gosh.
This is a television streamer.
Okay, how does that work?
You plug that directly into the back of your TV set, either digital or with an RCA cable, and it will stream what's coming from the TV, the input from the TV, directly to your hearing aids. So we all know people with hearing loss, for instance, they blast
the TV, and everybody else is unhappy about that, right?
That's right. You know, hearing loss just isn't your problem, it's everybody's problem, right? But at the end of the day, though, I mean, the Beltone First, really, I mean, all these options are fantastic, but really what we've got is a great sounding hearing aid that's very natural. And it really, you know, hearing loss is a huge untreated disability out there. People who have hearing loss really need to get help. It helps them with their, you know, it affects their communication, their ability to connect to people. And at the end of the day, it's the best sounding product we've ever had.
Wow. And again, so small. Like, look at, what is that? What is that? Is that even a hearing aid?
That's a hearing aid. That's called a completely in canal hearing aid.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's actually custom molded to your ear.
That's
so
tiny.
Yeah, we put this stuff in your ear, like kind of getting a, you know, like a mold done at the dentist. And from that, we make an exact copy of what your ear looks like. And it's all 3D printing now, so we scan it and then it prints it. So,
do you think having the size being smaller and also having better options as far as technology goes encourages more people to maybe look into their hearing and get some help?
Well, I think it's obviously, it makes it more appealing, because it's really something that's not that appealing to get a hearing instrument, because the majority of people who need hearing aids is because they're getting older, right? But, you know, we really believe, you know, at Beltone, and even in our Manufacturers Association in Canada, that, you know, at age 55, you really should start thinking about getting your hearing tested, because it really impacts your quality of life. And, you know, if you want to live your life to the fullest, right, you really need to have all your senses.
Exactly. Wow, this is so great to hear that there's new technology. Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it.
Great to be
Wow,
here.
they have definitely come a long way.